to give. Don't ever take it. Life has its music. Life has its song.
Stanley Kubrick is the famed director most known for films such as The Shining, A Clockwork Orange, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Kubrick was born on July 26, 1928, in Manhattan, New York. Growing up in the Bronx, he was a social outcast and a prototypical underachiever, always ranking at the bottom of his classes, despite his intelligence. During this time, he became extremely interested in photography, and at just age 17 was shooting photos for the Look magazine, which was famous for featuring Marilyn Monroe, Audrey Hepburn, and other famed celebrities at the time. He spent most of his time at the Museum of Modern Art in New York, and there he became influenced incredibly by the works of Orson Welles, the actor who played the infamous Charles Foster Kane from Citizen Kane, and Sergei Eisenstein, who was considered one of the pioneers of the theory and practice of montage in the silent films. At the end of his high school career, he applied to a few colleges, but ended up getting turned down from all of them. By the time Kubrick reached his eighth film, 2001: A Space Odyssey, he had established his own style, dubbed the Kubrickian style. For this video essay, I was required to watch two films from Stanley Kubrick. The first film I watched was 2001: A Space Odyssey and Full Metal Jacket. 2001: A Space Odyssey takes you through the harrowing journey of a man on a space station trekking in space and time when the ship's computer interface comes alive and turns on the crew. Full Metal Jacket explores the Vietnam War in its raw and undefined form, as you follow a group of privates going through the rigorous basic training and then eventually going off to war. Although extremely different subject matter, situations, and especially locations, there is still the core style of Kubrick's filmmaking that makes these films true Stanley Kubrick films. The most distinctive of his styles is his use of one-point perspective. The one-point perspective is a shot or even a picture that only has one vanishing point, like staring straight down a long road or hallway. He uses the one-point perspective to near perfection, always making sure to pack a lot into these shots to make the viewer feel uneasy, to make the viewer feel as if there is something wrong, but they can't quite put a finger on it. Now, combining with the one-point perspective, Kubrick also had an interesting way of depicting violence in his work. When asked if depicting violence was in any way to glorify or encourage it, he said, "The most terrifying fact about the universe is not that it is hostile, but that it is indifferent. But if we can come terms with this indifference and accept the challenges of life within the boundaries of death, however immutable man be able to make them, our existence as a species can have genuine meaning and fulfillment. However vast the darkness, we must supply our own light." He never wanted his films to glorify violence. He simply just shows the innate animalistic tendencies of man. Full Metal Jacket was a perfect way to show this, as he shows the privates who are now experienced soldiers be desensitized to the violence around them, and almost think of it as trivial rather than life or death.
Is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? Hey, start the cameras. This is Vietnam, the movie. Yeah, Joker can be John Wayne. I'll be a horse. B.H.G. Rock can be a rock. I'll be Aunt Margaret. Animal Mother can be a rabid buffalo. I'll be General Custer. We'll be the Indians. Hey, we'll let the Gooks play the Indians.
This shot, which shows our protagonist, Joker's face as he stares down at something in mild distaste, and as the camera rolls out and keeps up the one-point perspective, we see a row of bodies in a ditch, covered in a white powdery substance. I would say that this is one of my favorite shots from him ever, because every single element in the shot summarized the movie completely.
The dead have been covered with lime. The dead know only one thing. It is better to be alive.
Now, for the most iconic element to Kubrick's films, one that has been passed down for generations of movie makers, is the stare. For this one, I'm not just going to stick to the two films. The stare is a shot that Kubrick has always had a couple times in every single film, and it is described as a look that either means the character is deranged, feeling a little clever, or a distasteful look to whatever they are looking at. This look in Private Lawrence's eyes is one of pure deranged madness, before he shoots the drill sergeant with a fully loaded rifle, before taking his own life. And the most iconic one, Jack Torrance's stare as he stares at the window towards his wife and kid, just thinking what's about to come next. Thank you for watching my video essay, and I hope this can help anyone new to Stanley Kubrick to be able to identify some of these themes and shot techniques.